right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully you all are having a great weekend so far. We are jumping right into another weather video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's take a look firstly at our radar picture as always, and our regional radar picture. Again, there's not much happening, but there are a couple of spots I wanted to go ahead and show. First off, southeastern Iowa near Ottumwa, Burlington, Cedar Rapids areas. There is some rain showers going on there that are expected to continue to move east. Now, over into Nebraska, central, north central, and western regions of Nebraska, there are some non-severe thunderstorm activity. So you can see Cherry County, Nebraska there, and also a few other cells there in Nebraska. Again, those are not severe. Other than that, things are pretty quiet today. We got a pretty quiet weather day, and as you can see, South Dakota, nothing on the radar picture. Same with Minnesota. So, last night we had some weather, but it really wasn't anything bad. We had a severe thunderstorm watch last night, but nothing accumulated out of that. We did not see any severe weather last night, so that's good. But today, things are quieter, and we do have some nice temperatures to talk about as well. Let's go ahead and show those here. We do have some nice summer weather going on right now. It is not too hot out there. It is just about right. It's about normal for this time of the year. Current temperatures right now, 82 in Sioux Falls. Again, that's about normal for this time of the year. 82 in Aberdeen, 84 in Huron, 86 in Chamberlain, and 88 in Pierre. So a little bit warmer in central South Dakota. Otherwise, 84 out in Rapid, 75 in Buffalo, 82 in Faith. And then down into Nebraska, more 80s, 81 in North Platte, 82 in Valentine, 81 in O'Neill, and 82 in Omaha. And into Iowa, 70s and 80s as well. 77 in Mason City, 82 in Des Moines, 81 in Cedar Rapids there, 81 in Spencer. And then into Minnesota, 81 in the cities, 73 in Rochester, 82 in Marshall and St. Cloud. So again, 70s and 80s in our weather today. So hopefully you guys can get out and enjoy the nice weather today. It is a beautiful summer August day. It is not too hot out, so that's good news. And again, we don't have severe weather to talk about, and we don't even have thunderstorms really to talk about either in our short-term forecast. So let's go ahead and we'll dive into our model runs and more. But first, let's hear a brief word from our sponsors at CE Construction.
From roofing to siding, CE Construction is setting the standard across North and South Dakota. Our expert team delivers quality, durability, and trust on every project. CE Construction, Dakotans helping Dakotans with their roofing and siding needs. Call or visit us online.
So actually, just as that ad played, we did get a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued here. I did want to mention this. This is for Cherry County in Nebraska. This was just issued just a second ago, and this is in effect here until 5 p.m. The storm is moving east at 25 miles per hour. This is for quarter-sized hail and 60 mile per hour winds. So if you have anyone, or if you live in this area in Cherry County, this is south central Cherry County, Nebraska, be prepared for a very strong thunderstorm there that is now severe. So did want to mention that real briefly. Now let's jump into our model run. Alright, so just as I was looking at the model runs, they just put out the newest HRRR. Let's take a look at that short-term model here for you. So this is the current picture right now with those thunderstorms there. And this will continue to move east, and again, there's those cells there in Nebraska, and those will continue to move east. and across Nebraska there this evening, the rest of this afternoon into the evening hours. Sioux Falls area, not expected to see anything out of this. There could be a few sprinkles maybe in southeastern part of South Dakota, but not really seeing much there. And then these storms overnight will continue across eastern Nebraska into Iowa. So it looks like this is going to be a Nebraska-Iowa type situation tonight. So did want to show that again, there are thunderstorms going to be around, but they're not going to be for our area. They're going to be south of us into, again, Nebraska and Iowa. So I did want to mention that. Also, taking a look at the latest on the European model for you. All right, everyone, so as we take a look at the latest on the European model, again, showing those thunderstorms there in Nebraska. Again, those will continue to move east overnight there. And as you can see, this activity expected to continue farther to the south. And then for your day tomorrow, there could be some rain showers down in Iowa there, but not really seeing a whole lot with that. Otherwise, we're going to be seeing a different pattern. It's going to be a drier, basically average pattern for early to mid-August. Monday, again, dry. Not seeing anything on Monday either. Tuesday, not seeing anything in the forecast either in terms of precipitation. And then once we get towards Wednesday, again, not seeing a whole lot either in that forecast. Now, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, that is when we start to finally see some activity, possibly northeastern corner of South Dakota, and then obviously eastern North Dakota into Minnesota there. So looks like Minnesota could be a factor there for thunderstorms, again, Wednesday night into Thursday. And then on Thursday, there could be some more thunderstorms. That might be our first chance, our next chance for thunderstorms in South Dakota, possibly Thursday afternoon and evening. So there, what we're looking at there, Friday morning in Sioux Falls, as you can see there. So, we'll keep a close eye on it as always for you, but it does show that's probably our next bet of thunderstorm activity. And then as you can see there, after that, Friday evening, as you can see, more thunderstorms possibly in our area, South Dakota, Minnesota. And then by Saturday, we'll probably be dry again. So, maybe towards the end of next week into next weekend, we might see a little bit more active of a pattern. But for the next 5 days or so, we're not really seeing a whole lot. So that's good news. We need a break from the thunderstorms and severe weather. We don't need any more severe weather. And again, precip looking fairly low. And then as we take a look at our temperatures over the next few days, this is the European model. And taking us to tomorrow, we'll have temps returning to the 70s, upper 70s, and 80s in the forecast. 80 degrees again in Sioux Falls. And then on Monday, low to mid 80s, even a few 90s out west perhaps near Pierre. Otherwise 80s in the forecast there. And then on Tuesday, 80s again, returning to the forecast. Maybe a few 70s across our region, but overall, focal point of this forecast mainly going to be in the 80s for most of our region. Will be in the 80s this week, so that is about average for this time of the year. Now, some warmer weather could be found out west this upcoming week. As you can see there, mid-90s out west, according to the European model there. And then by Thursday, 80s and 90s again in the forecast. So maybe returning to 100 in near Pierre. Certainly a possibility there by Thursday, taking us out to the 14th. Upper 80s in Sioux Falls. And then by this upcoming Friday, 80s again in the forecast as well. So again, theme of this forecast, 80s in the forecast for most of us. And then by next Saturday, this is a week out, temperatures there in the upper 80s for most of us there. So again, that is the theme of this forecast. Again, a lot of 80s can be found in this forecast this week. So as we wrap up today's video, let's go ahead and show you the 10-day forecast for our area. For the Sioux Falls area, again, low 80s today, very nice out there. Get out and enjoy this weekend if you're able to, because we have a very nice weekend forecast for you. Near 80 tomorrow, overnight lows in the 60s, and then next week, again, temps in the 80s. Mid 80s for the Sioux Falls area, and we'll start to introduce more thunderstorm and rain chances by middle to late next week, near Thursday and Friday time frame. And then for the Aberdeen area, let's see here. There's the Aberdeen. And again, a very similar forecast to Sioux Falls. Upper 70s to low 80s, overnight lows in the upper 50s, and then this upcoming week, again, 80s in the forecast, with thunderstorm chances returning by Thursday, and then some rain Friday night into Saturday. And then for the Pierre area, even warmer than Sioux Falls and Aberdeen, 80s and 90s across this forecast. A very nice weekend still. Overnight lows will be in the 60s, and then middle of next week, mid-90s, as you can see there, by Wednesday and Thursday, and then we'll cool off a little bit. Mid to upper 80s for your weekend forecast there, following weekend. Overnight lows there in the 60s. And then for Rapid City, similar forecast. Low 80s today, upper 70s tomorrow. Overnight lows in the 50s and 60s. And then this upcoming week, 80s and 90s in the forecast by midweek. Mid-90s there by Wednesday. And then low 90s on Thursday. And then back into the mid-80s for the rest of the week. Finish out that 10-day. So that is the latest here from T Storm Chasers. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give it a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more. And we do have our social media: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Be sure to follow all those as well. So that is going to do it. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a great rest of your weekend.